All right, guys, Fulu coming to you with another video. I'm just going to go over a couple of clips that it just basically shows you like what kind of, how should I say it? What kind of situation we're in, what kind of standing we're in essence. Now, this clip, I believe, is old, but it was brought to my attention. One of my subscribers sent this to me, and he just said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" You know, he was just curious about like, "Yo, what do you make of these things that are occurring in this video?" And so I watched it, and I was just like, "Wow!" Like, I at this point, in a way, it surprised me, but then in another way, it didn't surprise me. But let's get to it.
Go all out. But okay, on my birthday.
Well, first and foremost, the first thing you know, lip injections, fake eyelashes, and dolled up. The thing is this: these women wear pounds of makeup, okay? And the bottom line is this: is that because the makeup is so much and so prevalent on their face, you know, of course we're going to be drawn to it because it makes them look appealing, you know, with all the makeup. But you have to understand that without the makeup, you have to ask yourself, okay, obviously part of a relationship is physical looks and what have you. You have to ask yourself, okay, am I going to be able to stand with her once all the makeup is off? You know what I mean? And most of the time, that's a serious question. So you have to ask yourself that. You also see that they have fake boobs as well. But I just wanted to point that out. But let's continue.
Hey, my birthday is Memorial Day weekend. On my birthday, I seen them all at Dre's, like this one team.
Okay.
She's so shy. It's just so cute, baby. And
The thing is that when you have friends, especially her, you see that she has all these tattoos and stuff like that over them. You know, this is just a red flag. You got to stay, like, when a woman has so many tattoos, you got to stay away from that woman. You know what I mean? Even me, myself, like, I'm from a certain section, right? I didn't even get that section tattooed on me, man. I just said, I mean, I understand where I'm from and stuff like that and where I came up, but I still, you know, had no need to get no tattoos. You know what I mean? Some dudes do it. There's a slight opinion in Islam where, you know, they say that tattoos are impermissible to have. There is maybe a difference of opinion in regards to that because one of the best Senegalese football players, El Hadj Diouf, he's tatted to the core. But anyway, let's continue on. Well, I just say this to say, like, honestly, having women with all types of tattoos, it looks like, no disrespect to them, but it looks like they just got out of prison. You know, no disrespect, but that's how what I envision when I see like women tatted up like that. But let's continue.
I don't know, I was getting fucked in a hotel room. They all pulled up, and I sucked their down.
The whole team.
So let's rewind that in case you guys didn't hear that.
And I don't know, I was getting fucked in a hotel room. They all pulled up, and I sucked their downside.
Well, the problem is the first problem is her friend is encouraging it, which means she's not a friend, you know, which probably means her friend was doing it along with her, more or less so. But the fact that she said that she, in essence, did a bukkake flick with a whole professional sports team, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I've heard everything. Literally, I've heard everything from these females. I've heard every single thing from these females. That's why I realized that you have to really just step outside of, unfortunately, you really have to step outside of your natural urges when it comes to dealing with these females, because you never know what type of stuff they were in before and what type of stuff that they're not going to tell you that they were in before, right? Well, let's continue.
Team.
7.
7 basketball players in a row?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
So that means that she sucked. She basically was throwing head fakes to 7 basketball players in one night. And you see her friend, look at her friend just smiling, just grinning, encouraging the crap.
I was fucked up. I didn't fuck any of them though.
She said,
What happened to the nut?
Okay, well, that doesn't matter if you didn't have sex with them. You still like, I wouldn't want to kiss you. That's for damn sure. I definitely wouldn't want to kiss you, even after the fact. I don't care how many times you brush your teeth or whatever the case may be. I definitely wouldn't want us meeting lip to lip. But let's continue.
Swallowed?
All of them.
Yeah.
Listen.
Swallowed?
All of them.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Listen.
No?
she said,
What happened to the nuts?
Swallowed?
All of them.
Yeah.
And nothing happened? You didn't have like a weird reaction in your stomach or anything?
No, I passed
this
out.
sounds so fun.
You're almost making it sound like you were too...
Look at her
No, I
friend.
passed
This
out.
sounds so fun.
You're almost...
You see her friend is just egging it on. Okay, this woman just basically said that she threw head fakes to 7 people on a basketball team, and then she swallowed everything. So that looked like a bukkake for sure. That's basically what it was a bukkake. And she has no shame in it. And she's saying that it was because she was drunk. No, woman, you wanted to do it. Okay? It doesn't, no amount of liquor is going to make you do that. I don't care. Okay? It really is not. Crazy. Wow. And unfortunately, this Adam dude, I respect what he does sometimes, but he be gaslighting stuff too. He be really gaslighting when it comes to these kind of things. But let's continue.
Making it sound like you were too fucked up to be sucking 7. And also, you were getting fucked by somebody else right before this?
Yeah, they walked in.
And look at her friend laughing about it, and look at the fact that she was having sex even before that. The thing is, and I've seen this firsthand, and I've stayed away from it firsthand. A lot of these Western women are not going to tell you the truth when it comes to all kinds of nastiness and freakiness that they have done. A lot of these women are dirty, okay? That's just the bottom line. They're dirty. And it's because of the simple fact that I guess you can say it's twofold. You have some dudes who can't control themselves, right? And you have other dudes who will do everything for a little bit of this, meaning that they'll pay the costs in terms of material benefits in order to get even just a little bit of something. So when you have these dynamics, these women feel like that they can do this. Another thing is that whole sexual liberation movement. Even Amber Fox was alluding to that it's okay to ride multiple carousels, and just until you find the right one. Just test the waters until you find the right one. But let's continue.
Made me getting fucked.
How did they
from the
walk
back.
in? Where were you?
in the hotel room. So I was fucking like someone that works with the team, and I know that team because I've hooked up with them before. But they all.
So, in essence, she's just a groupie, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if this woman actually finds out what city the team is in and actually just goes to that city in hopes that they recognize her and be like, hey, that was the jump off from last time. Let's go ahead and have some more fun again, right? I'm dead serious that, this may go down with her. This actually may be a thing. But let's continue.
No, not the whole team.
Okay.
Like a few of them, they all just pulled up. They knew I was in there, and they were like, "Let's get
Okay. Part 2 of this madness.
lit." And they were just sitting around the bed, and they just rotated.
And so they and she had no problem just saying, okay, let's. She had no problem in consenting with a bukkake flick. But let this be also a lesson to you that it's not the only team that she messed with. She probably has messed with millions of others. It's not just one team. This is how these women are. You know what I mean? They will do things like this with multiple guys. It's sad, but it's true. This is what we're dealing with. Okay. And I say this to say that if you are an old-fashioned guy and you are looking to build your legacy, build your lineage, don't go this way. Okay? What's going to happen too with her is when she's done having her fun, a weak beta simp is going to take her under the wing and settle her down. It's sad but true. Because it's been happening. In fact, some betas and simps actually let their woman cheat. But let's continue.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yo,
That's the problem right there where he said, wow, that's tight. It's kind of an issue right there. I would have called her a slut. Like I would have just said, you're a thot, right? You're a full-time thot. And I would have just I wouldn't have held no filters on her. I would have said, man, you're a thot. And you see no problem in being a thot like this. I would have questioned you think this is okay? You think this is cool? But again, we're living in a society where this behavior, unfortunately, is normalized with women. Unfortunate. But again, the thing that you can do as a man is just basically not even give these type of women the time of day, because this is another issue too that we're dealing with. The fact that they're on this platform and they're able to do this, that's a problem in itself too. It's that this dude gave her a platform to talk about her bukkake flick, But let's continue.
I love you.
So you don't look back. Do you look back at this as a positive memory?
Yeah, I don't care. It was lit.
Hell yeah.
And see, this is another thing about the modern woman, the modern Western woman. They become numb because they do things like this, because they do the bukkake flicks, because they do cock carousel so many times. They become numb to it. You see how she says it was lit? Like, there's no shame in what she was doing, from her part. So what I'm trying to get at is that women will sleep with so many guys that they just become numb to it. In fact, I don't know if they would even it'll probably get to a point where they don't even derive pleasure from it anymore, and their boxes are so used that they look like pastrami sandwiches. And so for the beta male who's just going in there, and maybe the beta male decides, okay, I'm going to get her, I'm going to settle down with her, despite the fact that, you know, she had partners and whatnot, he may not be able to please her. Chances are he won't be able to please her, you know, because her thing is just wide open. And I don't know, man. When it comes down to it, like seeing things like this and hearing things like this lets me know that like this furthermore like trains my instincts not to even bother with these women, you know, because I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been like many times where they've tried to advance at me. I just take a Euro step, you know. I take a Euro step because, you know, I don't know where these women have been, especially when you watch things like this. And the ones I distrust even more are the ones who wear pounds of makeup. Like, those are the ones I like distrust the most. The ones who wear the short skirts, who go out to the club every weekend. The ones who are so loud. The ones who do selfies every 5 seconds. The ones who all they have is their looks. Yeah, man, I be distrusting. And in terms of like guys, in terms of like guys having some accountability for this, I mean, really, I can say that most of the accountability goes towards them for the simple fact that they bought into things that, you know, were put there not for their benefit, but basically for their for their demise, you know. So when they say things like sexual liberation and things like that, the problem with that is they, in essence, they're gonna want more sex, and they're gonna be like craving sex like a guy, in essence. And because they do crave sex like a guy, it's like this woman, for example, as I said before, if she's had a bukkake flick, what makes you what could you possibly do to please her? What could you possibly do that she hasn't done before? If you're just, say, if you were to marry a woman like this, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It just goes to show you where society has came to. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to get worse, but this just is another reason why you should just stay on your square, stay down, and gather the resource necessary so you can get a traditional woman, you know. Because imagine, and the sad thing is this, you know, this is the sad thing about this situation, about this flick, is that imagine if she has kids, you know, do you think that she's going to tell her kids like what she was involved in? And then if they do know, once they get older, do you think they're going to be like, man, my mother was a stand-up person. She was definitely a real woman. Do you think they're going to be like that? I seriously doubt it. But man, that's all I got for now. I just wanted to like really tap into this. You know, another thing I want to say about this clip is, for me personally, I'm not going to be with a woman who has a lot of friends, because I noticed that when women roll in packs and when women roll in groups, they're the most promiscuous and they're the most evil doing when they roll in packs. When you see them, especially in Los Angeles, you'll see them rolling packs in Santa Monica, short skirts and high heels. And you already know what they're doing. They're trying to, number one, find the sucker. And number two, trying to like find a new carousel to conquer, because they've been, in essence, you know, it's natural that us as guys we're visible, like visual creatures. We like looks and stuff like that. We're physical. We're into that stuff. But women, they're supposed to be more emotional and things like that, but they're not even that anymore. Judging as seen by this clip. She said this with no kind of like emotion at all. There was none. So this just goes to show you what type of time we're on. But anyhow, man, I just wanted to do this clip real quick, man. But leave your thoughts and leave your comments on it. Hold on.
Yeah. She's just nervous right now.
Okay, hold on. One more thing. He said he respects that. That's the problem right there, too. He said he respected it. Okay? Bro, if I was the host, I would be like, man, you're a super thot. I would like really, I would be like, man, this woman is a super thot. Like, I would be like, is there any way to please you anymore? Or is it a wrap? I would have went full on savage on her. I would have asked her, do you have to get reconstructive surgery down there from all the carousels you've ridden? I would have went in, okay? I wouldn't have held no filters. But this nigga straight out said, I respect that. Now, I don't know if he's I don't know what type of lane he's in, really, in terms of how he approaches women or how he deals with women. But, I mean, you got to be savage with them. You got to, especially when they're doing things like that. I would have asked her too. So do you want to be a mom one day? And what do you think your kids would think? I would have asked her that too. You know, I would have asked her a lot of questions. And it probably wouldn't have gone through to her head though, because as we see right now, she sees no problem in the things that she did. She sees no issue whatsoever. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. You know, I'll probably be back with some more commentary videos if they're sent to me. If you want, you can send me some commentary videos that you want me to go over and want me to break down, and I'll be more than happy to break them down and have a discussion about it. But anyhow, Fool is signing out. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Njarama.